Alright, are we on? Looks like it. And now for something completely different. So, I thought it'd be fun to do a Mario Kart World Tour, where we play through the various Mario Kart games over the years. At least I can do, you know, the ones that I have. So yeah, we'll start with Super Mario Kart. Let me know how the video's going. It seems to be going alright. Technology wasn't playing along yesterday, let's just say that much. I will start with 56E. I'm not great at this game. I'm not awful at it, I'm just sort of middle of the road at it, I think. DK Jr. Or just DK if you will. Get into that later. He's hard to play as in this game. Like, normally I would go DK all the way through, but... Alright, let's see how rusty I am. They really emphasize the slow acceleration, high speed. So even with Mario Kart 64, there's not a huge difference in speed and acceleration with like Bowser and all that. But in this game, the difference is huge. And his steering is quite difficult. I like this game quite a lot. For me, I rate it as probably the second or third best Mario Kart. It was so it's not really before my time. It's just we didn't have a Super Nintendo back in the day, so I didn't really play it properly until well after I'd played Mario Kart 64. I just like how pure this game is. It's the least item heavy of the whole series. Like, it's really about driving. Proper kart racing. Oh yeah. So there's one other thing. You can do little things like that with the items, like cut corners and the flowers are neat. Flowers? Is that what I mean? Oh, is my technology failing? Or is it all good? Does it just seem like it's failing? This looks a bit true, that's it. If anyone can watch you, let me know. Doing this to me yesterday. And the windy conditions are down to the best play. Yet another cold, windy Brisbane morning. DK Jr. still wearing his pampers. And he hasn't put his tie on. Because he's still just a junior. Shall be right. Yes, we will continue making puns as long as we can. Maybe that's my thing. It's just back-to-back, wall-to-wall puns and dad jokes. No matter the game. Fucking cop that banana. Yeah, I think I can use DK for 50cc, but I think I'd struggle at the higher. I tried to get good at him, but... yeah, I like there's actually quite a difference in their abilities in this game. You can't go full speed with them. Well, you can, but yeah, you actually have to slow down on corners quite a bit. An actual feeling of driving. guess that's just what they've had to do with the games over the years. They've just had to slowly dumb it down a little bit. That's not the right term. Make it more user-friendly. Dumb it down's a little too harsh, but you know what I mean. Like, you actually had to be pretty good at the games back in the day to beat them. Almost too much. Like, it's almost too much of a barrier for some people. Brutal learning curves. Man, talk about NES games. Too brutal for me, even, so maybe I'm not hardcore enough. See, it used to be Mario Kart. Nowadays, it's Mario Vehicle. Why is the video choppy? It doesn't say it's choppy. Maybe it's just what I'm looking at it is. Right, we're on. Ooh, not Banshee Boardwalk Simo's in the house. Look at what you said in a bit. Like how you can jump the jump to get that item. And the use of the feather. The feeling of speed when you can actually get going is pretty cool. Just, I need a big enough straight to use my mushroom. Bowser playing blockers. How's the video quality, Simo? Is it okay? Says it's good, but... There we go, like that. You jump a little jump. I was so bad at this when I played it as a young fella in the 90s. Like on other people's, you know, when going to someone else's house and they have this game. I enjoyed it, but I was so bad at it. Sometimes it's also a case of the other person not being able to just watch your screen just for a little bit and point out what you're doing horrendously wrong. Like, I used to press R to jump every time I hit a jump. So on Bowser's Castle, I would be jumping into the lava every time because I was jumping over the jump. And I was like, couldn't work out what I was doing wrong. Yeah, regenerative health in modern shooters. Can be too much. A little bit of frame rate issues. Yeah, I'm seeing that. I don't know why it's doing that. Because it's not the issue from yesterday. So hopefully it clears itself up. Because I can't think what to... See, this supports our Peach's castle theory. Is Bowser has multiple castles. Like, that's confirmed. We know that. Many, many castles. I want to see where this place is. Like, where all this lava is that Bowser seemingly hangs out in. You can throw them backwards? Yes, you can. Oh, here we go. Get some speed up here. Yeah, when you don't hit walls, that's what I'm concentrating on with F099 is if you just can keep off the walls, you'll keep your speed quite well. I love the background. The very lavery, but there's what, hills or pyramids in the background. It's not pyramids. That would make sense. It's a mountain range. The sunset sky. I'll do the rebound. Yeah, so I used to always press R on the jumps and it would just end up in the drink every time. Didn't know why I sucked, but I wanted to keep playing. So I was like, I'm gonna get it. Like the rebound, fire it forwards, rebound it off the wall to hit the guy who was chasing you. I'm doing this pretty easy at 50cc. Maybe I can use Kong in 100cc. See what we can do with this for a moment. I either made it way worse or I fixed it. Totally made it way worse. Liam, welcome to the Mario Kart action. Playing on original console, by the way. Yeah, I never had a Super Nintendo as a kid, and I think I got it in late 2019, early 2020. I'm guessing the frame rate's still atrocious, by the look of it. Can't just be because it's windy, surely. I think partially what I got pumped about the idea of playing this Mario Kart, just for a bit of variety, but it just reminds me of, yeah, good driving. Yeah, I saw it a tournament, or it happened. I saw the poster for it after it happened. It was a Mario Kart tournament at One Up Arcade, which unfortunately isn't open anymore. But it was like every Mario Kart, so you'd probably do like one race on every Mario Kart. So you had to be decent at, you know, multiple Mario Kart games. It's like, that sounds fun. Like, let's see how good you might be really good at the new ones or the old ones, but can you be decent at the other ones? Yeah, I loved it as a kid, but I was garbage at it. So I was like, I must get the game. Video still seems choppy. Is it? Do you guys see it as choppy? Might have to turn it off and turn the whole thing off and on again. I don't know why. It's not the same issue as yesterday. Let's watch the celebration. Ill choppy and sloppy. I'll do one more cup. If it doesn't get better, I might have to give it away for the day. Or try turning it off and on again. I already did that. Tried something minor just then. So let's see how it goes. Also, it's showing as if I've never won any cups before, so I don't know if it's like lost its memory. The old original cartridge. I do dread the day that happens to 64 cartridges. I haven't really experienced it yet, and that's part of the reason I got an EverDrive, is to do everything I could to back it up. But there's only certain, like, you can only back up games that had controller pack as an option. So controller pack was a pain in the butt back in the day, but I think a lot of Rare games did it the best, where they gave you the option to use the controller pack, but they didn't force you to do. So I think that's the best use of the controller pack. Is there any way you could use the feather on this level? It's probably a wall you can jump over. Let's jump over the mud. Yeah, Mario Kart 64. Yeah, that's my favorite one. But I've got a lot of time for this one. Double Dash I like quite a lot as well. And Mario Kart Wii, like when it came out, I just wasn't too fussed on it, but you know, playing it like a few years later, I don't know, it just stood up really well. If you take away the whole novelty motion control crap of Mario Kart Wii and just play it with a GameCube controller, it's actually a pretty decent, balanced Mario Kart game with good courses. And you can put Miis, you know, you can play as Miis, and even better, they show up in the crowd. You're not doing your Wii properly if you don't have hilarious Miis in the background. You know, you'd have Michael Jackson and Hitler and, you know, all the good celebrities. And so it would be a weird combination of like celebrities and people you know. Well, they're very good at throwing their items in your racing rod. And damn, they can throw a lot. What's that worth? That much? No. Whoops. Found the hole. Not the right one. Yeah, with this one, if there's like a significant skill gap, you're pretty much no chance of winning against your mates or your brothers or your cousins or whoever you're playing against. Whereas the new ones, it's like, there can be a significant skill gap, and you can still get away with the win. It seems like it's less choppy, but still choppy. Yeah, I haven't played the new one yet. I'll get around to it. but I'm not in a hurry to play it. Yeah, hopefully they've made it a little bit more old school in a way. They needed to do something different, and by the look of it, I'm glad they have done something different. That's kind of the element we've wanted for a long time, is the exploration. But sort of like while the world is in Mario Kart fever, it's a good time to celebrate every game in the series. And yeah, I'd love to see that tournament again, or a version of that, you know, where there's every Mario Kart game. Or even if not everyone, at least a bunch of them. That'd be fun. It's almost like the way they run the Mario Kart 64 tournament at BPAC, instead of it just being, you know, oh, you're racing on this level against these 3 opponents. It'd be this level from this game. So you won't even know what game you're going to play. Like, even if you had to narrow it down to 4 games. And being an old school tournament, if it was, you know, Mario Kart Wii, Double Dash, 64 and the original. Oh, the original doesn't work for 4 players though, so. The original is hardcore. Ugh. Yeah, when you drive bad like that, it's so brutal. It can be so hard to get back on course. I think that's the trick with DK, is you just gotta... Oh, that's so savage. Wait a second. You just gotta get off the accelerator quite a bit. Yeah, one from each decade. Good work. I have a feeling there's a brand new F-Zero game coming, eventually. Because F-Zero 99 feels like a stopgap to say, hey, we're still thinking about F-Zero. And the fact that they're sort of promoting F-Zero GX as a Switch 2 game with the GameCube. Like, they haven't... Yeah, they've had F-Zero in the background for a long time, but I think it's coming back. There's a lot of signs in the last few years that they're trying to get people interested in it again. And I quite like F-Zero 99. Matter of fact, I've been playing it most days. Not a lot, but just a little bit. It's sort of, I'm hoping that's paving the way for what I've been fantasizing about since the 90s, which is, imagine like 30-player F-Zero X Cup, like online. I mean, I doubt you could get that to run properly with no lag, but I don't know, that's why I feel like F-Zero 99 was a good test of the concept. A good example of so many of those Nintendo games, it's like they actually do promote violent, aggressive behavior in their games. In their racing games particularly. Like F-Zero X, it just like gives you extra stuff for laying out opponents. It's like, you knocked 5 people out, have an extra line. And have extra energy every time you get one. And they'll get 0 points. So it's just like, there's all this incentive to drive like a maniac. See, this is going well in 50cc, but I just feel like I'll get my ass kicked in 100cc with com. But maybe we should find out. See, I was looking on the map at the bottom and I was like, I got a pretty big lead here. One dip in the lava and then one fireball from Bowser. Gone from 1st to 5th. That is Mario Kart. But the dip in the lava was my fault. If I didn't dip in the lava, I would have ate the fireball. Oh, have I got him? No. Still choppy. Yeah, I don't need remakes of old games like with Zelda. I mean, I could see them doing it because people love those things. I still think it's perfect as it is. Says the guy playing a Super Nintendo. Of course I would be. But yeah, people will yum that up if they do, when they do a high definition version of a classic game. Never bought any of those like Zelda remakes because I was like, I've got the original still. And it's like I want to play it on the console that it came out on. But yeah, if the video's still choppy, I'll try like stopping the stream and then just like starting again in a few minutes and see if I can work it out. If not, too bad. We'll be back again tomorrow with some GoldenEye. Don't have a great deal of time today anymore. Just squeezing this in when I can. Better to have an imperfect 45 minutes than to wish that you tried all day and not have done it. I'm doing the lean forwards now. Just sit on the edge of the seat. Oh, hitting the pipe. Something felt wrong about Koopa throwing a green shell backwards, like... That's one of your buddies, mate. You've taken his shell. Cop that for him. Also, what's the deal with Toad? Like, it's the name of the species, or the... whatever you call it, race, species. But it's also his name. Is he just like the representative Toad of the species? Oh, good driving, idiot. So yeah, it looks like it's still choppy. I don't have a great deal of time anyway, but I'm gonna at least try and resolve it. Okay, I'll be back in a few minutes. Do the cup. Oh, you still play original GoldenEye Perfect Dark? Yeah, have you seen our stuff? I'm just so pumped that I live in a city that has a GoldenEye tournament every year. Well, just for the last 3 years. It wasn't a thing until, like, I'm lucky I stumbled across it. We have a very, very active pinball and arcade community. So anyway, I'll turn this off and we'll see if we can resolve the issues and maybe come back for one more time. Alright.